Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the What Boys Talk About podcast. My name is Wallace.
I'm Ben.
How are you today?
Good. Well, recovering.
Yeah.
From we've both been struck down by the China plague, haven't we?
Yeah, the big C.
Yeah, which wasn't great, but
Have you coped with it?
fine. Yeah. Well, not fine, but it's not great, is it?
No.
It's not a good day out.
No, it was. This is what I've said to people. I've never had the flu,
No.
so I don't know what the flu feels like, but I feel that's a lot. It's very, very similar to what it possibly could be.
Yeah.
Flu-like symptoms. As I say, I was wiped out for 4 days. Didn't do anything for 4 days. 4 to 5 days. Yeah, and but like the sense of taste and smell, and you said that was the worst thing as well, didn't you?
It was very, very frustrating, especially if you can't do anything. You know, you're stuck inside for 10 days or whatever, and then you can't even taste food.
Yeah.
Like you take it, obviously it's something you take for granted massively in day-to-day life, but it was just a kick in the cock, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Not being able to taste anything,
But moving on, how have you been?
Not bad. Just plodding on, really.
This like beginning bit of the podcast,
Yeah.
for the last one was shite at the start as well.
Yeah.
We need to find out a way of not being awkward dickheads for going. So, how are you?
What's
You are like that fella off doing data balls, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So we'll start off by going on the list. You've invested in some cryptocurrency, haven't you?
Bitcoin, 100 quid.
Yeah.
In the bank.
See, I think this
gone
is
up 20 quid already, so $20.
You said 10 before,
Another 10 just now.
I honestly think it's pointless. I think it's ran its course now. Bitcoin.
Well, if it keeps going up, then.
So, what's the end goal? What are you gonna spend it on?
I think I'm gonna try and put.
Because can't you only spend it online?
For now, yeah. But I'm sure it's easily resolved, isn't it? If it carries on gaining traction and more people using it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm no fucking expert in any sense of the word with this kind of thing.
Or in any subject.
Quite right. But I just think it's money I'm going to waste every month anyway.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
So you're gonna put it in every month, are you?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
An amount every month and just see what happens, really. I don't think I'm going to be the new Wolf of Wall Street, but you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
Although there is quite a lot of
similarities,
debauchery going on in the flat, so
get out.
I'm on the Vino.
You're on the Vino and I'm on the T.
You're driving.
I'm driving, yeah. And we need something to soften you up, don't we?
Yeah.
Seeing as you are a very wooden guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's just.
Although saying that, you weren't that wooden when you were in Build-A-Bear the other week.
What's this myth? Come on.
Buying your missus a big Build-A-Bear teddy.
Okay. I see what's happening here. And pure lies, basically.
No, it isn't. I can't believe you asked me.
Any evidence?
Yeah, but this is vocal, so.
Well,
I'll tweet it.
Yeah, tweet the evidence by all means.
I will.
Because there's none.
Well, I'm very surprised that you asked me to come with you. Me of all people.
Yeah, exactly. Now you know, especially. I mean, you knew anyway, listener, but now you know, especially, it's a load of shit. Because I'm the least likely person to go to Build-A-Bear.
Nobody knows that though. So what are you getting your missus for Christmas then? What did you get her last year?
I don't think I got her anything last year, to be honest.
Didn't you get her some hand
gloves or something?
Cream?
God, I can't even think. Yeah, I think it was a hand cream.
Some hand cream.
I think she liked it.
Well done.
To be honest.
Look what you're into. Big Bad Ben ever becomes single, ladies. Get yourself some hand cream for Christmas.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that actually. That was going to be coarse. I can cut that bit out.
Yeah. Well, you just need to try and realise what Ben was going to say. It's probably going to be something really, really bad.
It was. I know it was.
Oh, get out!
That's getting edited out for sure. Definitely. We're making more work for ourselves.
Yeah, well, we'll edit all
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Right, so we were talking about investments and you investing in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then, as we were talking about it before, you mentioned that's something that your mate is doing.
Yes.
His investment. So, do you want to tell the listeners what that is?
So,
tell everything. Tell them how old he is and everything as well.
well,
Set the scene.
Tom Smith lives it. No, I'm not going to give
Is
any.
his name Tom Smith? Or?
No, it's not. So he said to me, what he's doing at the minute is putting money aside, buying immaculate, unopened boxes of Pokemon cards, and then flogging them on later on down the line when they stop being printed. Now, I laughed a lot when he told me that, and I'm sure your reaction was pretty similar.
Yeah. Is there a market for this though? This is what I can't...
Apparently so. I'm not the spokesperson for Pokemon collectors or anything. I've never collected one in my life. It's not for me. You were a bit of a fanatic, I'm sure. You strike me as the sort.
No, I wasn't.
Yu-Gi-Oh, wasn't it?
No.
Dragon Ball Z.
No. Beyblades.
Yeah, Beyblades.
But Beyblades were sound though, weren't they?
Yeah, to be honest, I did dabble in the old.
Did you ever go to Pokemon Go?
No, I've never touched Pokemon in my life, and I'm certainly not running about looking at my phone like some kind of fucking dweeb saying I need to find a Charizard. It's just not me at all.
It's the same.
You drove to Scotland, didn't you, to get a what was it? A Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, yeah. I tell you what, I did do though. I did like Pokemon Go, and me and my mate used to go to Crosby Beach
Oh my God.
and walk around to hatch our eggs because we knew where the
is that a euphemism? Sorry, you're walking around Crosby Beach hatching your eggs.
No, there was a Charmander nest there, so we always used to. Anyway, as if you want to hear about this, this is ridiculous.
The listeners don't. I definitely do.
No.
We need to hear more about your Pokemon habits.
Well, I'll tell you off air. Off air. Oh, I said it wrong. I'll tell you off air. Masters last weekend.
Yeah.
Golf. Do you watch it?
No.
No, you don't, because you are a boring bastard.
I'm not a Tory.
Oh, so. Get out! You are a Tory.
I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
Not.
You are. He is,
I'm
guys.
not.
He is.
You're a member of a golf club, so that's basically Tory membership.
Well, you're a member of the Freemasons, so there's more Tory, surely. No, but it was just pretty boring, to be honest, because the winner led all the way through. But anyway, no, not everyone's into it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But did you hear about Tiger Woods making a 10 on a par 3?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So the greatest golfer of all time.
Is he really of all time?
Yeah, gotta be, Annie.
You sure?
Well, go on. This will be fun. You name me a better golfer than Tiger Woods.
I always remember because I had like PGA Tour 2009. That VJ Singh, he was. I think
right.
He was up there.
Shut up, lad.
Shut up. He was.
You think he's better than Tiger Woods?
Yeah,
right. Well, I'm not having a conversation with you anymore, lad, because that's just silly, isn't it? So the greatest golfer of all time made a 10, 7 over par, 7 on a par 3 at Augusta National.
Do you know what he said a while ago? The worst thing, because he's had loads of back problems, hasn't he? He said
did also do a lot of shagging.
So, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Behind us.
I mean,
wife's back.
let's be honest.
Do you know at one time he was the richest sportsman on the planet?
Yeah. I can believe that. You
fair play.
Shag about, aren't you?
Yeah.
I don't care who.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't.
Well,
so
speak for yourself.
Oh, get out. Would you? Or?
Yeah, I would. He said the worst thing for his back and for his health was running. He said he used to run like, I don't know, 3 miles a day or whatever like that, or whatever. And he said that was the worst thing for him.
Well,
long story short, that's my excuse for not doing any exercise.
Yeah.
So.
Well, this is what I was going to ask. Obviously, if you looked at the two of us, you are the exercise buff, aren't you? You're the one that keeps yourself in better shape than most.
I wouldn't even say that anymore, to be honest.
No.
I think.
I was just going to ask whether you agreed with him. Running is bad.
Yeah.
Just so everyone that listens now, don't run because it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's something I've never, even when I was boxing, I hated running. Like I just used to think, oh, this is horrible. Especially in like winter. You get all that cold air in your lungs. Well,
did you use the box?
Might have mentioned it.
You've not said anything?
Haven't I?
No,
2-0.
2-0, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, Chisora Usyk, we touched on it on the last podcast, pretty much went how we thought it was going to go, didn't it?
Yeah.
Usyk boxed his head off for 12 rounds. Mate, how bad is Bellew, lad? How bad is Bellew?
He's a gimp.
You can do this all night, lad! You can do this! As he's getting his head pummeled, like, he's a fucking idiot, isn't he? I just... He's the worst, man. He's the worst man in boxing.
I know. I'm a little bit apprehensive because we're slagging off a professional boxer, but there's two of us.
Yeah,
so
we'd probably beat him.
We'd probably be fine.
No, but it's not about that, is it? Like, there's no denying.
Backtracking, are you?
Well,
backtracking a bit.
Let me finish. No, there's no denying that he's nails and he is hard, but like you can't.
No, he's not. I'd bat him.
Right, Tony, come round. Get on.
Yeah.
No, I think genuinely when I've watched him or listened to him on a podcast or anything like that, I think he's all right, and I find myself thinking, yeah, you know what, he's okay.
In very small doses.
Yeah. Well, that's it, and then like I think he there's no denying that his boxing knowledge and his knowledge of the sport and that is very, very high. But he's just a prick.
Yeah,
he's
too much. Yeah, it's too much.
He's like that. He's like that uncle at a party who's just
flattered
all the time, just chatting shit to everyone. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's too much. Like, how can you go somewhere where there's no crowd? And like you're not fighting, you've got nothing to do with the fighters, and you're still the fucking fella that everyone. Yeah.
After fighting Usyk, he literally said, "I'm going to disappear into the sunset." Were his exact words.
Yeah, I'm going to turn into Anti-Bellew. He said, didn't he? Remember that? Anti-Bellew, and then Anti-Bellew's just.
And then a week later, he's on fucking SAS Who Dares Win.
Yeah.
Mate.
Did you watch that?
I've seen a clip of him.
Mad, mate. Mad.
And they're like saying, you're struggling, aren't you? And all that.
Do you know what? As I say, he's all right. I'm torn between thinking he's a bit of a dickhead and having to stick up for him because he's a scouser.
I've worried you now, haven't I?
No.
I think he might listen.
Shit! As if he is going to listen to this. And if he does, then I'll apologise to him face to face like a man.
Any publicity is good for publicity.
Yeah.
If you get chinned for it, the harder duty.
Well, you can do it, because I'm not going
I will. He's out of my weight division.
Do you reckon he'd knock it out?
What? Yeah.
Oh.
I was going to try and make some excuses, but yeah, of course he would.
Okay, so you've got an head guard on.
Yeah.
You are sparring. You drop your guard. He uppercuts you. Do you reckon he's knocked it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because think of where the uppercut lands in proportion to where the head guard is. The uppercut's going to land up there, isn't it?
Alright, well, a right hook.
Yeah, probably. I'm not gonna sit on a podcast and say I could take a dig from Bellew because it's just.
I'm gonna say it because then we can put it in the title.
I'm not gonna commit.
Tony Bellew, listen, because we will batter you.
The title of the podcast is gonna be I will beat Bellew.
Bellew is a fanny. He can't knock anyone out.
I didn't say that. That was you.
No, I never. It was shit. Did you see the video the other week of Eddie Hall sparring?
No, I didn't
and
actually.
He had, his mate had one of them, like a full body pad on.
Yeah.
And he punched him about 5 times. And he started spitting blood.
Wow. I think I might have heard of it.
Yeah.
I've seen it pop up. I didn't see the actual video. So this guy, he had the full bodyguard on.
Full body, everything on, like. And he only hit him about 3 or 4 times. And he just keeled over.
Really?
His head's in between the ropes, like, and he's just like coughing blood everywhere.
Oh my god! So should we pull it up or?
Yeah, I can show you. Right, yeah, I've found it here. So let's have a little look at this. You can tell how big he is, can't you?
Jesus.
Wouldn't fancy that, would you?
No.
This is it.
Oh my god.
This is it, I think.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. You can see the blood straight away. Listen to what he says though. He's coughing up blood. Mad. Yeah, but he's a big scary guy, and you wouldn't fancy that.
What is it? I don't think he's got the deadlift world record now, but I think the mountain beat it.
Yeah, it's like 3 pounds or something,
which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be allowed to do that.
No, it's got to be substantial, hasn't it?
Like, I'm not a huge follower of that as a sport, but fucking hell, man.
It's impressive, isn't it?
What is it? 400 kilo, probably more. I think it's 405 or something, wasn't it?
Which the deadlift? No, he's done half a ton, so it's 500 and...
Jesus.
Yeah, 500 kilos, mate. Yeah.
Which is just...
It's insane, isn't it? No chance. How many steroids do you reckon he's taken, mate?
A lot. A lot. But fair enough. I mean, he's. You're not telling me that the rest of them aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to be. You've got to be in that sport.
Exactly.
Which, you know, this stigma around it and that. I do believe in all top sports, like boxing. I don't know about footy, maybe not footy, but definitely like the boxing. Obviously, cycling's had a big problem with it. I just think you should say fuck it, take what you want.
Yeah, and just some sort of mad Olympics and that.
Turn into like
superheroes,
just mutants, mate. Yeah. Absolute mutants.
Touching on the footy, what do you reckon on Liverpool's injury crisis? Seeing as we are both top Reds. Top Reds. You used to travel away with who?
Barnes Travel.
I don't
think we should say unless we're getting sponsorship money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Barnes sponsor us.
Free shout.
All you want, yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not good, is it? All of our back four are out injured, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I think Robbo's alright. He played yesterday or whenever Scotland played. And Matip is fit. Whether or not he stays fit.
Take from that what you will.
Yeah. Exactly, mate. But it's.
Have you seen any? Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry,
but before, obviously, because I don't want to forget. Have you seen any of Robbo and Trent's thing?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
I think we're like wingmen.
So same. That's what I was thinking. Exactly when I was watching it.
We're like,
we could go out in our cars. In my Toyota, we could go out in that, and we could instead of the G-Wagon, we could call it the Sex Wagon.
Yeah, wow. Could we? Looking at it now, I mean,
it'd be a bit much as well. It's a Sex Wagon. It's just got me in.
I don't think I want to get in the Sex Wagon, to be honest. A bit rapey, isn't it?
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
But no, it's funny. It's very funny. I've only seen the one episode, but I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think they've got good.
It's good
chemistry.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly all they need, isn't it?
On the pitch and off it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever want to collab, wingmen, then.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
And
what boys talk about.
And you can be on and shit.
I mean, we're getting a bit flustered now. The podcast just us two. So introduced to top level footballers will probably be very flustered.
Yeah.
And sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah, I've said about 14 times, so that might have to be edited out. Right, so on my little book of topics is reading books.
Yeah.
Have you taken up that as a new vocation, have you?
No. No, I'm joking, yeah. I try to read more.
What have you been reading?
It's called The Rational...
Paint by Colours.
Sorry?
Paint by Colours.
Paint by Colours?
Little nursery book, isn't it?
Didn't know that. I'll let that joke down its arse a bit longer.
Yeah, we'll probably have to edit that out as well, because that's not okay.
It's called The Rational Male.
Okay, so yeah, what have you been reading then?
It's called The Rational Male by a man called Roland
the Rat?
Tomasi, I think he's called. And I've only just started reading it, to be honest, but it's quite interesting. It talks about, like, you know, the dynamics of the relationship between men and women, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting. It talks about, like, you know, it's all about the party that has the most power going into a relationship has less to lose.
Yeah.
So they have like the dominant position in the relationship. So the other one is always then kind of chasing that person.
Yeah. Okay.
See what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
And then that establishes then the dynamic for the rest of the relationship. Basically.
Right. So it's more a case of like whoever's fitter has
basically,
more power,
yeah,
and then.
But I think most people know that anyway,
Yeah.
probably subconsciously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I think there's a lot of truth in it, to be honest.
So,
but it could be other things as well, like obviously fucking Bill Gates or whatever. If he's not going to be asked, is he? About
yeah. He's got the power anyway, hasn't he?
He's got the power in other ways other than physical attractiveness.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, as lads, we're quite lucky because we've got. Thank fuck they don't just go off looks. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
yeah,
I'd be fucked.
Yeah. So, what do you have?
2-0. Boxing again. No, I don't know. Mate.
So, now that we're sort of talking, not relationships, but talking about like girls and that sort of stuff. What's the most embarrassing like encounter you've had with a girl?
God. Probably. I think it was not long after I split up with like my first serious relationship, and I was kind of just, you know, as lads tend to. This sounds really stupid. That sounds like I'm trying really hard to be a lad. We'll edit this out. Like I was just shagging about whatever.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, you're right.
I am a lad, and I shag about. Good lad. Well done.
And no, I'm alright, thanks. Yeah. So there was this girl, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll just sit there. I'm pretty sure I was hungover. I was just messaging all kinds of shite. Do you know what I mean? Just saying like, oh yeah, come round.
What all kinds of shite, is that the person or the? That's not a nice way to talk about women. All kinds of shite, or was that the stuff that you were texting?
Well, both. Thinking on, but no, I'm joking. Of
Get
course.
out.
To any female listeners, probably not going to be any. Anyway, yeah. So I was just chatting absolute shit to this one girl who looked, you know, pictures looked nice, whatever. Wasn't, you know, anything to have a wank over. I don't know why I've said that, to be honest.
That's a bit much.
That's a bit odd.
There wasn't anything to have a wank over.
I've never once had a wank over.
Yeah, you have, lad. Otherwise you would not have said it.
I don't know why I've said that. Yeah, so it wasn't anything to shout home about, is what I was trying to say. I don't know where that come from. But I was like, fuck it, whatever. So I went and picked her up. She only lived, you know, not far. Obviously, that old chestnut, she was quite a lot more rotund than I thought. Oh, we're going to sound like such a cunt.
We?
Well, me, yeah. I'm going to sound such a cunt. And I don't know
not
why.
Not your type.
Not my type, yeah. She was too bubbly for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why I didn't just drive off, to be honest, but...
Well, because that would have been inhumane.
Yeah, but that would have saved a lot of fucking fannying about.
Yeah.
So I let her get in the car. Was
there any fannying about? Fannying?
No, absolutely, because I couldn't, mate.
Yeah. Adding to the fact as well that you were hungover, that's not great for you either, is it?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't do much for the... ignore that. Anyway. So I'm driving back to mine already thinking...
Can we just say as well, by the way, because obviously anyone that knows him would know this is what he's like. He is... I mean, are you on the spectrum?
Probably.
You probably are, yeah.
Actually, I've got a story about that I need to tell you after.
Okay, after recording?
No, on record. I'll have it on
Excellent.
record, yeah.
Great. So, he is, honestly, when I tell you, he's the worst person in the world to drive with, because he takes this whole 10 to 2 thing that the driving instructors tell you very, very seriously.
Very literally.
Yeah.
This is bollocks.
No, it is not, lad. No, it isn't.
This is bollocks.
And you know what the worst thing about it all is? So he drives like this, he doesn't talk, and I've been in the car with him. And had to just make up like my own entertainment. And I've said to him in the past, when you're with girls, lad, do you just not talk to them? And he's like, no, I've got to concentrate. So this is what happens. But the worst thing about it all is the fact that he wears these driving gloves. And they're just mad. Do you know, like Alan Partridge?
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No one's going to believe you. No one's going to believe you.
Right, so can we maybe the driving gloves might not be the fullest accurate truth,
yeah.
But the rest of what I said, is that true?
If I'm driving in an unusual place, so I don't know where I'm going, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I will hold my hand up.
And say that you are a very nervous driver.
Autistic.
Yeah. So this is the point that we were making anyway before. So you've got this woman in your car. Yeah. She doesn't quite take your fancy.
No.
You're hungover.
Yeah.
You're nervous driving.
Yeah.
Sometimes you accidentally put it into third when you should put it in first. That sort of thing. So go on. And then what happens? So
I'm driving her home and I'm just like, what we're going to do here, kind of thing.
Oh, you're talking to her?
I'm kind of just agreeing with what she's saying, to be honest. I'm not really contributing much to the conversation. She's just kind of asking me loads. It's like 1,000,001 questions, mate, going one way, and then
yeah.
She's not getting much feedback, to be honest. It's more like,
yeah.
No. Shut up. I'm trying to drive. Joking. So I was driving home thinking, how am I going to get out of this? What is an excuse? But I've run out of time. We get to mine, and then it's like, right, here we are. Come on then.
Is that how you? What? Like it's an episode of Cribs. Right, here we are.
And then whatever. She just comes in. We're watching telly, and I'm like, I need to get out of this situation in the quickest, most painless way possible. So I think I went to the loo, and it does kind of shame me to say this. I sort of pretended to be on the phone to my dad and sort of made up a conversation where my nan had fell over and badly hurt a knee or something, and then I had to come through to her and be like, oh yeah, she's my nan's hurt in a bad way, I'm gonna have to go and visit her or whatever. And she was like, oh my god, really, is she okay? And I was like, oh, I'm sure she'll be fine. Conveniently she was.
How far did you take the conversation with your half fella? I know it wasn't your dad, but were you full on like, oh shit, really? Really? Is that what you were doing?
Well, I was like, I've got one chance at this, and if I don't nail it, she's gonna know I'm making up a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be a conversation I want to have with her, to be honest.
And then you would have had to go through with it.
Exactly. Well, I wouldn't have had to, otherwise that would have been, you know what, rape.
Don't joke about rape.
But she, I think she believed it out of like, I don't even think it was very convincing me on the phone, because I was like, what? No way.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. It was just, I have a
what
feeling,
on earth?
I have a feeling it was just like ridiculously over the top, pathetic acting on my part. But I think out of the fact that she must have thought, out of the goodness of her heart, she must have been like, no one would have lied about that. That she bought it, you know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, she was like, oh, I hope she's alright, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to take you back now, straight away, sorry. So driving her home, and then I think as I was driving her back, it kind of like
hit home.
I think she was thinking, hang on, as if that's going to happen. But it was mad, because it was just a whole undercurrent of like she knew I was bullshitting, I knew I was bullshitting, but
and no one was talking in the car because he was even more nervous.
No one could be asked. Neither of us could be asked like saying, "Listen, this is bollocks, isn't it?" Do you know what I mean?
But to be honest with you, lad, at least you haven't like fucked it and then that's it.
Exactly. Like, I did a decent thing.
Yeah.
Well, not really decent thing.
You've done a decent thing and thought he's too ugly for me to put my penis anywhere near. So yeah, fair enough, lad. What an upstanding pillar of society you are.
Yeah, a bit of a gent. So took her home. Wheel spinned off into the night.
Wheel spin.
And that was that. Fuck, what was I going to say? I was going to say, I had something to tell you, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That was it. So I went round to my parents the other day, and like we were talking about when I was in primary school or whatever. I don't know how we got into the subject, but talking about me possibly being on the spectrum and so forth. Like we got onto one of my teachers I had in primary school. I think it was my year 2 teacher. And my dad was like, yeah, I remember we went to parents' evening, and he was there, and he said, you are seriously, like, mentally not unstable as such.
To you?
About me, yeah. He literally thought I had like serious spectrum issues. Do you know what I mean? And I was a bit shook by it, to be honest. I was like, fucking hell, really? And he was like, yeah, I just don't think he understood you really and all that. And I was like, yeah, that makes me feel the fucking
the
world better. Yeah, thanks for that. But yeah, so the seeds were planted then. So going back to girls and that.
Yeah.
I've told you, man.
Yeah.
Spotlight's on you now, buddy.
Yeah. Well, mine is a lot more embarrassing than yours, to be honest, because you were doing the KB in your situation. I had, like when you're at BBM and that.
Yeah.
So this is all when you're like 17, 18, and it's just like, it's all a bit of.
I didn't have a phone. I had a walkie-talkie. I don't know why I just thought. I didn't really. That was a joke.
No, it wasn't. Don't worry. Yeah, so
just me and my dad. So that was it. No, I'm really joking. Go on,
Ben, come here, Ben.
Just going to mass now, over. Go on, carry on.
So so I got talking to this girl, and everything was going alright, going swimmingly, like it does when you're of that thing, and then it's all like the whole, like it's all dead nervous and we're all having a laugh, and then one thing leads to another, and then you start like sending pictures, and it's all like a bit of a mad one. And then it gets to the point where they're like, right, well, let's come round then. Yeah. Let's come round. So, bless her, she had to travel a fair way. She had to get 2 trains to get to mine. And I'd walked to the train station, didn't drive at this point, walked to the train station. And
so how old were you? Because you were driving.
Yeah, well,
pretty early, weren't you?
It must have been
17, 18.
Yeah, it must have been around about then.
Yeah. Your voice just broke then.
Yeah, I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm a man. No, so I turns up to this train station in my bootcut jeans, penguin shoes, penguin polo,
super dry hoodie,
going for everything. Yeah. Because I don't know why, but my ma used to think that was the way that you should dress as an 18-year-old from Liverpool. Needless to say, it didn't last very long and I got my head kicked in. But so anyway, goes picks this girl up, walks back, just having a little chat. Dead awkward because never met this girl before. Yeah. So same sort of thing as you did in the car. You don't know, like, you can't really talk about them, can you? Like you don't really know what to say. Can't like hold her hand or anything because that's a bit weird.
And you were still a virgin at this point. Like, you lost your virginity at 24, didn't you?
Yeah. So that was that anyway. Yeah. So anyway, gets to like our road, and then as we're like talking, going into the house, she goes, "Don't force it." So my head fell off, mate, because I was just what? What does that mean? What does she think I'm going to do to her? Like fucking little sex dungeon. So my head was battered throughout this whole thing. So anyway, goes upstairs and that. and I'm just like sitting cross-legged on the bed.
Oh my
just
God.
like she's sitting cross-legged on the bed, like facing each other, just like not talking and that. And I don't know why, mate. I don't know why. But I get my iPad out, goes onto 8-ball pool, breaks, and then hands it over to her and just like, your turn. And then she was just like, what? And I'm like, oh, it's your turn on pool, like. And she was like, I don't want to play 8-ball pool.
Oh my God.
So,
oh my
yeah.
God.
When I've spoke to people about this in the past, they've said, like, why didn't you just put Netflix on? You know,
yeah, I was just going to ask.
And I don't know, mate. I don't know.
You wanted to test your skills in the arena of pool. And
I'm quite good at it as well.
You're going to be damned if she was going to stop you.
Yeah. So yeah, mate, it was absolutely devastating. Really, really grim, like. Yeah. And then to add insult to injury.
Good looking.
Yeah, she was a nice girl, yeah. To add insult to injury, she then gets a phone call, very similar to the Ben style. Gets a phone call.
And that didn't have a fall, did she?
And a mate rings her and says, "I want to fucking knock her out." So it was like shit. So she had to go and help a mate with this fight. So I walked her to the train station, and then that was it. Never spoke to this girl again. Bless her.
My God.
And yeah, absolutely disgraceful effort from me.
That is. Well, fair play, because I'm sure most lads have had similar, and they won't admit to it. So well done for not only admitting to it to me, but
to
the millions of listeners around the world.
23 listeners, yeah. Now my mum knows. Quite obviously, my mum doesn't listen, so don't worry about it.
Good.
Going back to school, because we touched on school, didn't we? Obviously, so much stuff happens in school. Can you remember anything that went on in school for you? Like,
just the old cliche, mate. Hated it at the time, and I'll look back and think,
yeah, you'd love to go back.
I'd love to go back, mate.
We had there was a girl in our school. She was in a year above me, and she was known as Dirty Margaret.
Why was she known as Dirty Margaret, can I ask, first and foremost?
You can ask, and I will tell. So she was involved, which when you think about it, mate, is fucking sick, but she was involved in a 3-way porn with 2 lads that were older than her. So like
she had a train run on it. Technical term.
Bit much.
How old is she again?
14.
Right, yeah, cut that out.
Yeah.
Completely.
Well, you said it now, so you
I can't really.
You're going to prison. You're going to prison.
No,
Unlucky.
No.
You're
Didn't say it.
You are prison food now.
Prison food.
Yeah. Unlucky.
That's bad.
Yeah, no, it was grim. Really, really bad. Yeah, so I think she was like 14, 15. She was in year 10.
That's bad.
And they were older than her. They were in year 11. And then obviously...
How old were they then? 16, 15, 16?
Yeah, maybe 17. The worst thing about it all was that they recorded it, and then it was just in like some little grotty bedroom on like a mattress, and it was awful.
Oh.
But like, she was from an African family. Like, I don't know, I can't remember whereabouts in Africa they were from, but obviously, as you can probably imagine, very traditional parents.
Yeah.
So as you can probably imagine, they weren't too happy from all accounts.
Definitely. Who would?
Well, yeah, exactly. You don't want to see that at the best of times, let alone to your 15-year-old daughter or 14-year-old. I don't know how old she was. And like they don't take that sort of thing lightly, do they?
That's why I don't want a daughter.
Yeah, well, same, mate.
To be honest,
same. I know like what I was like as a kid, and how like horrible I was, and like the stuff you'd say to girls and grow up thinking you were funny, mate. It's disgusting.
Exactly. The story I've told.
Yeah, well,
10 minutes ago.
Exactly. And I'm sure there's plenty of fellas out there that have got the same sort of
worse.
Yeah.
Have you seen that WhatsApp video that did the rounds? And the fella, and he like, it's really bad. Like, he takes her back to his, and she's passed out on the bathroom floor, and he ends up urinating all over.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah.
This thing now, isn't it? I always think
someone's daughter.
Yeah, someone's daughter.
Oh,
I always
horrible.
think this about porn, mate. I always think it. So, like, imagine growing up, not even growing up, but like having a kid, watching her grow up, and you love her so much, and then she's your daughter, and then you're having a little Thomas on a porn site, and you come across your sorry, pardon the pun, you come across your daughter. Do you get it? Do you get it?
That's good.
No, but imagine you're just on whatever site takes your fancy, and you just see your daughter, mate. You just see her. Like how would, as a father, how would that make you feel?
Probably not great. You wouldn't be cheddar, would you?
No. And this is the thing. Like I'm all for do whatever you want as a woman, but there's so many like different people like you've got to try and get it through. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine my daughter coming up to me and saying, "Dad, I want to start an OnlyFans," and I don't want to touch. We've touched on OnlyFans on the last one, so I'm not going into it too much. But like I am all for do whatever you want to do. Yeah. But porn is a bit much, innit? You know what I mean? And considering the business that it is, it's so bad. It's really bad. Like don't get me wrong,
Mia Khalifa and all that. The big.
How bad is all that?
Argument she's had with is it Pornhub or Bang Bros or
Bang Brothers she was with, wasn't she? Yeah.
Bang Bros, the full formal title you gave him.
Yeah.
I just said Bros informal.
Yeah, but
it's not great. I mean,
I feel really badly for
I mean, you know what, mate, was especially with the Mia Khalifa thing, I do sort of think there comes a point where she has to take a little bit of personal. I know she sort of said, "Oh yeah, I want to forget about my past. I want all the videos gone," but it's like that old phrase, isn't it? It's like shutting the stable door after the horse is bolted.
Yeah, I get that, but you've got to feel sorry for it in a way that she was only a kid at the time. She was only a young girl, and it's like she was taken advantage of. So she was promised all this money, and obviously we're never going to know the full accurate figures on that. But apparently she was only paid like $6,000.
Really? Yeah.
Well, no, I think it was like $12,000 for 6 videos.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot of money, is it?
It's not really. It's not for people to be.
For the rest of their life. And then she done the Muslim one, didn't she? Where she was wearing the hijab and stuff and getting death threats. Like you don't get paid. They don't get paid enough for that, are they?
So what didn't they say to her? You have to wear it.
Yeah. Otherwise, because it's in your contract, and then you're not getting any money. It's just not fair, is it? No. But it's so corrupt from the bottom upwards, mate. Yeah. Like how many kids are on that, mate? There's just so many disgusting videos, and like
scary.
I don't.
The facts you read on Twitter, like hearing, like 200 videos a fucking month or whatever.
Yeah, getting uploaded exactly. Yeah. And this is the thing, like, don't get me wrong, mate. Like I have watched porn, of course I have, but
fucking influence.
But I'm very much against it now because I don't like. I'm not gonna go as far as some people do with the fucking semen retention and all that. Like
me.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't really understand the benefits of it, and for me it's not great. But the porn thing, mate, it really does.
Why are you touching my leg?
It really does like magnify how bad it is. Like there's so much shit that goes on there.
And it's not really. I mean, I'm sure it is moderated to an extent, but as far as I know, it's like YouTube in the sense that anyone can upload anything.
Yeah, me and you could put a video up there.
Alright, well, don't say it like that.
Me and you.
That's a bit Freudian slip, isn't it?
But we potentially, not me and you.
Like, that's what it sounds like. So,
Johnny, or if the podcast doesn't work out, we could do that. Fund this.
I think we're getting less viewers, listeners, to be honest.
So it isn't. It's really, really disgusting, the stuff that goes on there, and I think more people should read into how bad it is. I think there's a documentary. I don't know if it's on YouTube or Netflix, and it's called When Porn Ends. Yeah. And it's so like, it's so sinister.
Have you seen the Louis Theroux one?
Yeah, it's just horrible, isn't it?
Horrible, mate. Even the male actors, because you kind of think that, well, women probably do have more to lose in that environment. Do you know what I mean? In the sense that the general public will probably think worse of a woman than a man for being involved in that industry. Yeah. But even the men in that video are like, you know what?
Yeah, they hate it. They hate
it because they know how soulless it is. They're like, it's just so soulless. Yeah. Like, it's such a Like, because I do think, you know, it's a bit of a spiritual, not spiritual, but do you know what I mean? It's an important bond, sex, isn't it? Am I going a bit your faces?
You are.
Yeah. Well, I think it is.
No, I get what you mean, mate, but come on, it's a bit much for this fucking podcast, isn't it? I really want to get close to the woman, inside and out. Come on, mate. You little fanny.
I don't know, mate.
I get what you mean, of course it is, but like it's one of them things, isn't it, when you grow up?
Even Mike Tyson, mate. Mike Tyson, he said, like, sleeping, because obviously he's shagged, like seriously shagged about, and he said, you know, I never thought something that I thought would give me so much took from me so much. Because he shagged that many women, and that it must have just got to a point where it was just like, oh, what am I doing this for? Like, what is the point?
Yeah, like me, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Me and you both, probably.
Yeah.
I'm bored of it. Not that I'm doing it now.
I'm not bored of it. It's great. No, yeah. When you grow up and that, and when you're a kid, you think, oh yeah, it'd be fucking boss to be a porn star, wouldn't it? Be great, just shagging bears, blah blah blah. But when you see like the reality of it, it's not good, is it? It's really not good. But you know what they say, lad? Sex sells, doesn't it? Yeah,
that is the bottom line. Definitely in the last century, definitely.
They say, don't they, that prostitution's the oldest profession in the world?
Yeah, I can believe it.
Mad. You wanted to talk about something, didn't you?
Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I've seen a couple of episodes.
What do you think?
It's the most brainless, stupid, ridiculous TV show I've ever seen.
And that's coming from you. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's kind of like one of them, isn't it? You know, you put it on out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
Like, I seen one and it was like a 50-year-old woman who was like a Christian.
But she isn't then, is she?
And she was like, I don't know if she'd just been divorced and she was on a bit of a mad one. But she was there like looking at the fella's knobs, being like, oh yeah, I'd love that inside me. You just stuff you wouldn't.
I suppose what we've just been talking about, lad. Imagine it was your daughter in porn. Imagine your fucking mum or dad went on that, mate.
Exactly. Imagine your old fella. Yeah.
Just a little thing, like a little pecker coming out and that. You hate that? Disgusting, mate.
Oh my God.
It's totally mental. Yeah. And obviously, I know I took the piss a little bit when you said it was spiritual. It was a bit of a bad way to explain it, but. There is an intimacy there, mate. And
exactly, mate. That's what I was trying to say. That was a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
Spiritual.
Yeah, it probably was, yeah. But imagine taking a bird out and the whole of the nation has got access to seeing a naked body. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's mad. It is mad.
But there's so much of that, isn't there? Because it's you see couples, don't you, who have got like people that will like women with OnlyFans, and then the fellas are happy to be a part of it and stuff like that, and it's a little bit like I don't know, like as I said, all for female empowerment, blah blah blah. But
I'm not.
I don't know.
Joke.
Don't know. Was it?
Just a joke. Yeah.
I don't know whether you'd be able to like take pictures of your bird with a like pair of knickers on.
Yeah.
And sending it to fellas and that. Because we've had this conversation before.
Without her say so, like.
Sorry?
Is that what you just
said?
No,
mate. I was talking about OnlyFans. What are you talking about? You little fucking creep. No, but we've had this conversation before, haven't we? Where we said about people selling knickers and stuff. Because your missus got approached on Instagram, didn't she?
Yeah.
And
PayPal.
And just said like, give me your PayPal and I'll send you some dough.
I'll send you money. Yeah.
For nothing, like.
For nothing.
And this is the thing where you've. There's so many weird men out there and women, but it's predominantly
horny fellas. Let's be honest.
Who will actively give.
Well, that's the thing. It's like tapping into the male sex drive, really, isn't it? Because let's be honest, I think men in general are a lot hornier than women. Well, I don't know.
I think men are a lot more extrovert about it, aren't they? Like you would know.
I don't think you'd ever get a woman like really being a sex pest for a fella. Maybe there's the odd exception.
Well, that's it. For the most part, no. But I think that's more a case of. I do think women get horny, mate. I think women get hornier than men. But men are like it's more accepted, isn't it, for a man to be like a little perv.
Yeah,
Whereas you don't get that with our women, do you? You don't get our women going
really.
or like that, like for young men. Whereas you do with men.
You say that, I did get touched in the muscle.
By Purple Aki?
Not by Purple Aki, by an old woman.
Where, lad?
I can't remember, just in town. And she
The
was like,
first
hello,
time-
young man.
The first time I ever went in the Cat and Fiddle. The first ever time I got my arse felt by some old woman. Great, lad. Loved it. Loved every second of it. And I think that's another thing about it as well, is
So they're out there.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Yeah. But again, it's cute of an old woman, does it, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't really mind that so much, because it's not really harming anyone, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like,
No. But I think if you go down in, if it's like a historical thing, men are overtly sexually perverse, aren't they?
Yeah.
I was talking to my girlfriend yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, I have.
Congratulations.
Many of them. Many. No, I was talking to her the other day, and she said like it's shit being a woman, because like you can't go out at night without being scared.
Yeah.
And like I was a little bit like, well, you can't in the current climate, you can't as a fella either, but not necessarily for the same reasons.
Right now.
Well, yeah, it is illegal. Don't go out.
Yeah. Save our NHS, please.
Yeah.
Will you?
Yeah. But I said, it's like when you think about it, you can't go out as a fella now. But her thought process was completely different, because she was thinking that like she can get raped, whereas a man wouldn't have that fear, would they? A man wouldn't have that fear of not being able to go out.
Although I've seen Purple, if you bumped into Purple Aki and you're walking home alone, you'd be a little apprehensive.
And he preys on men rather than women. So
exactly. So there is that fear.
It's everything out
it's
there.
It's less, but it's out there.
But how often do you go out thinking of Purple Aki?
Not very often.
Yeah,
to be honest.
exactly. This
often.
is the thing, and it is. It's horrible, and I feel sorry for women that feel like that.
You see.
Right, bud. Do you want to call it a day?
Nothing else to add.
Nothing else to say, no. We're
Last
going to try and
orders
get
at the bar.
Yeah. The makeshift bar, because no pubs are open.
No
Open the bloody pubs.
My pub's open.
Yeah.
All hours.
Well,
Cheers.
I'm driving, so.
Yeah, you can't drink.
Yeah. Shit.
Rude. Not rude. Bad.
You alright? As you can tell, Ben was a little bit tipsy. Right, bud. Let's go. Let's call it a day. We are going to try and get another one out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Within the next week. So we'll
make up for lost time due to our corona.
Yeah. Unlucky for that.
Sorry, listeners. I know you've been waiting with bated breath, but don't you worry.
We'll have to do the customary: stay safe, stay indoors.
Hands, face, space.
Yeah. None of that.
Yeah. Guys, okay. Goodbye.
We've been the What Boys Talk About podcast, and we will see you soon. Hope you enjoyed it.
All the best.